This is Phil Bolsta, and I'm here today with violinist Bethany Grace. Bethany, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're so welcome. I'm so honored to be here. Thank you.
Bethany first picked up a violin at the age of 6, and within a month she was a local celebrity, being featured in newspapers and performing around town in Chicago, being hailed as a child prodigy and a musical genius. Bethany, can you share some of your career highlights?
Yes. Well, I first started out very young, and immediately I started performing pretty much all the time. And luckily, I got into the San Diego Symphony at a very early age. And I loved playing in an orchestra. And then I thought, okay, I'll join the LA Philharmonic. I went out for them, and I started playing with the LA Philharmonic, and then I wanted to play in the opera, and then I wanted to, then I was going to become a grandmother, so I thought, I got to join a rock band. So then magically, I was asked to play with some great musical rock stars, such as I got to tour with the Moody Blues and Kenny Loggins and Yanni. I had a great tour to India and China with Yanni and James Taylor and John Denver I got to play with, and Sarah Brightman, and let's see, so many, I can't even name them. I'm so blessed. And now I'm a member of the Hutchins Consort, which is an 8-piece violin group. And there's 8 violins in that group, and they're all violins, an 8-foot-tall violin, believe it or not, and a 14-inch violin, and they're all violins, and they're amazing instruments. They're better than Stradivarius's. So I'm so glad to be able to be playing one of those, so honored. And then I'm also in another rock band. When I found out I was going to be a grandmother again, I joined a rock band. It's a spiritual rock band called Larissa Stowe and Shakti Tribe. And that we sort of combine rock with bhakti, so we call it bhakti rock. And you know, sort of a new age fusion of rock and roll. It's pretty rock and roll, but it's also very spiritual.
And is bhakti devotional chanting?
Well, for us it is, yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. And it's not like a chant per se. They're actual rock songs, but yeah, it is. It's very spiritual and very devotional.
And you also, if I recall, played with Pavarotti?
Oh yeah, yeah. I did. I got to tour with Pavarotti, and I got to play with the 3 tenors, and Placido Domingo, and Andrea Bocelli.
Well, that seems to me like a very common response to finding out you're going to be a grandmother's. Got to join a rock band.
I know.
You know, I've always envied musicians because they can get lost in their performance, lost in the music. And that to me seems like it would be a very spiritual experience. Now, you're a longtime devotee of Paramahansa Yogananda, who's behind us, who wrote Autobiography of a Yogi. The question I have for you is, what do you see as the link between music and spirituality?
Well, for one, I could not play music without spirituality at all. It wouldn't be possible for me. One thing I do before I perform every time is I pray to God that, you know, that everything is His or hers, and that I give out love and healing and peace. And that's very important to me. And I also sort of threaten God with, if you don't, I'm not going to play anymore ever. So I have to say that He's not disappointed in me. I'm still playing. So I'm still able to give that piece of me. If it was me playing, it wouldn't be good. I already know. I've done that. I've been there, and it's just not who I am anymore. And my best thing I do now is I get out of the way.
So your performances don't come from you, they come through you.
Oh, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, it's true. Because I have no sense of myself, I don't really feel anything. It's like I'm really not there. I must say, I do feel like, God bumps a lot, and I feel like my body is sort of electric. I can tell that, and I can feel the love coming out, and it's almost like everything comes up through here, through my heart, and out my violin.
So you're playing an instrument, but you're also an instrument being played.
Ooh, I love that. That's beautiful. It's so true.
Well,
And I've practiced a lot to be able to do that. It takes a lot of practice, of technical work, of just doing the work. Just like in spirituality, you have to have the right position. When I give lessons, it's amazing. It's almost like a spiritual lesson. I'm teaching the children, okay, sit up straight, and you have to have your exactly the right kind of posture to be able to, project the music and the whole thing. You have to do all these, like in SRF, we have techniques, and you have to do these techniques correctly with great attention and intention, or else it doesn't work. Or it works maybe a little bit, but you certainly can waste a lot of time. So if you just incorporate your attention and intention and put that forth in your practicing, then when it comes to performing, you can let it all go, and it becomes a experience.
Well, thank you for sharing your thoughts and insights with us, Bethany. And now I'm really excited because Bethany has agreed to perform for us. So let's take it away.
Awesome.
Bethany, that was so beautiful and moving. Just watching you play is a spiritual experience. Thank you for sharing your gift with us today.